3 months into his second term, President Trump hit the highest approval rating he's ever had as commander-in-chief, while more Americans say the country is on the right track than at any point since 2004. A new poll found. That's the good news, according to an NBC News poll released Sunday. The bad news is that Trump still has not won over a majority of Americans, and 54% said they disapprove of his handling of the economy, the first time he's lost a majority on that issue in NBC's poll. Even so, the survey found that voters generally feel Trump is bringing the right kind of change on the key issues, even tariffs. More Americans support his changes to trade policy, 41%, than oppose it, 38%, according to NBC. That's despite the stock market sell-off last week as Wall Street grappled with Trump's decision earlier this month to slap 25% across-the-board tariffs on Canada and Mexico, as well as a 20% tariff on China. On many other key issues, voters felt the same way, with Trump's actions on the border being the most popular. 56% said it was a positive change. On government cuts, 47% said his changes were good, compared to just 29% who opposed. Illustrating how the president remains a political Rorschach test for a deeply divided country, Trump's approval rating among Republicans is 90%, while his figures among Democrats clock in at a paltry 4% per the poll. That's the largest gap in approval ratings between a president's party and the opposition party over the last 80 years, NBC assessed. Some 47% of voters in the survey approve of Trump, compared to 51% who disapprove, marking an all-time high in the poll. He previously hit 47% in early 2020, just before the COVID-19 pandemic, and in October 2018. NBC News findings mirror most other polling, with the latest Real Clear Politics aggregate of polls showing Trump with a 48.2% approval rating on average. Trump's approval rating is significantly higher than where it stood at this point during his first term, 44%, per RCP, though below where former President Joe Biden was during the same time, 53%. In another boost for Trump, NBC News recorded that a 2-decade high, 44% of registered voters believe that the country is on the right track, while 54% believe it's heading in the wrong direction. It's also a huge swing from the last administration. Last September, just 28% of polled voters told NBC News that the country was headed in the right direction, compared to 65% who said it was on the wrong track. One of the most significant actions Trump has taken in his second term was to establish the Department of Government Efficiency, DOG, something that has sparked protests from government workers and an outcry from Democrats. Trump has steadfastly stood by DOGE and Elon Musk amid political backlash to the cost-cutting initiative, which is intended to help slim down the federal deficit. In a key bright spot for Trump, Democrats' favorability is at an abysmal 27%, with 55% viewing the party negatively, marking the worst numbers for the party in NBC News polling history.